Easy, my guy. You good?
Yeah, good, thanks. How's it going?
I'm good, thank you. How old are you?
That's good. I turned 21 about a week ago actually. So,
We've got a
yeah,
young Don in the building, yeah?
young gun. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Are you coming from Australia?
Close, yeah, New Zealand. Yeah,
New
Christchurch,
Zealand.
New Zealand. So,
How
yeah,
far?
pretty
What's
close.
the difference between? How far's the distance between Australia and New Zealand?
Australia, New Zealand. I think it's about a 3 hour flight. About a 3 hour flight to
It's close.
from
The
here
same from
to Melbourne.
here
Yeah,
to here to Romania or something like that. Like England to Romania is like about 3 hours, so it's pretty
yeah,
close.
yeah. Pretty
Yeah, yeah.
close. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be our closest sort of flight. Yes, yeah.
So where out of New Zealand we coming from?
So I'm from Christchurch, which is about the centre of the South Island. So yeah, like the
Oh,
lower end of New Zealand, I guess you could say.
okay,
Yeah,
dope, dope. And how long have you been in the real world?
I would say about two and a half. Yeah, it would be about 2.5 years. Yeah,
Young Don, but an OG in the real world. I like it. I like
somewhat, somewhat. Yes, yeah.
So what brought you to the real world? What made you join the platform?
What made me come in? It was probably yeah, it was. Well, I watched videos of Andrew throughout throughout my young years, so 16, 17, 18 years old. Well, yeah, it would be about 17, 18. And yeah, I saw him pitching about it and I thought I'd give it a go. And actually funny enough, I started in it and then I kind of teed it off a wee bit, didn't go on it as much. And then about 2 months later, I really locked into it, and that's when I started the crypto campus, and I've really set in on that ever since and stayed in it and kept going since then.
So how what was the first course that you joined?
First course, it
Yeah.
was I think I did I did the social media campus with Dylan at the
Yeah.
start initially. So I started at that, and then I did a bit of business mastery, and then but my main thing at the end was the crypto campus, the crypto
Yeah.
investing campus.
So I'm guessing crypto is when you really locked in, is when you really like, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on.
Yes, yeah, it was.
A lot of people do that. Like I always tell when people ask me like, "Oh, should I join? Should I join?" I'm like, "Join if you're ready to dedicate yourself to actually work hard and make your life different. If you're just going to join it and think that you're going to get money tomorrow, then that's not how anything works in life. There's steps, there's procedures, there's things you have to do. You have to work for it. I think a lot of people get that misconstrued. They think that they're going to put $50 in, or well, not $50 anymore, $100 in, and they're just going to become rich overnight. It teaches you how. It gives you the tools to become rich. It doesn't say to you if you put your $50 and sit down with your hands in your lap, you're going to become rich. So a lot of people get that misconstrued. So I get why you say like at first you was in it, not saying you did that, but you're in it and you're kind of like half-hearted, but then when you lock in, you'll start to see the change.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally see where you're coming from, and it's probably a pretty good pitch you're painting. Yeah.
What was the difficulties you found in the beginning, in like when you first joined the social media campus, and what was that one you said? That
It was the business mastery campus. I'm not sure if it was called it back then,
Yeah,
but
that's what you said. Business mastery.
yeah. Yeah, the difficulties probably I don't know. It's probably like personally as well. I think I was like ending school. I might have just left school, and I was focusing on university. I kind of purchased the real world on the side, and then I did it here and there a little bit, but I didn't really put enough time towards it. And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of why it wasn't much of a priority. And I did a wee bit, and then I didn't really utilize my time enough with it. And then the
Yeah.
next time, when I really decided to lock in about it, I think it was in a couple of other tape things I watched when he said about the real world again, and then I kind of started with the crypto, and then I really started to pay attention. But yeah, at first, to answer your question, I think I didn't prioritize it enough. That's probably what it was.
Did you still make money in those campuses or no?
Early days,
Yeah.
no, in all honesty. I probably didn't put as much to work as I probably should have. But yeah, that's probably what it was.
So then you started to lock into the crypto space, and I'm guessing at this point here's when you started to make money.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so I've
Yeah.
always, well, when I say always, yeah, no, well, I've always been quite a numbers sort of person. And the last couple of years, I have, yeah, well, I started with that crypto investing, and I really, like, I've always really wanted to make money investing. And then I started using the concepts that Professor Adam used in his lessons to, well, yeah, kind of revolutionized the investing that I've started at, and yeah, start to make money in it. So yeah,
Okay, nice. And so at the minute you're just like trying to develop your own systems while kind of learning how those systems are created, or do you already have your own systems created?
pretty much, yeah. So still trying to learn, well, still trying to make the system. So I'm probably more following Adam's signals at the moment. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm starting to create my own systems, but not 100% confident in them just yet.
So what sort of things you have to look at to create your own system? Like how would you come about doing that?
Um, it's definitely it's a lot on like the mental model of it in my opinion, or from what I've seen,
Yeah.
like about, well, not, well, Adam says it like systems over feelings, and then just like really focusing on your system and not getting mentally or emotionally too attached to, let's say, one coin or like a
Yeah.
decision, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? In crypto, people don't understand how much of an asset it is to be mentally prepared to be in that space because it is very easy to panic when you see things going down, or you might read things wrong, or you see things on Instagram and Twitter which tell you otherwise, and you start second guessing yourself. So it's definitely systems over feelings when it comes to crypto. But it's very, even though it sounds like a very simple thing to say, it's probably one of the hardest things to learn because it's once you see something like dipping or going wrong, you start panicking, you're selling, and you start seeing it going up, bro. It can be a mess if you don't know how to navigate that world properly.
Oh, mate, tell me about it. Yeah, I think everybody will be
Have you
on
had,
the same boat there.
you do. Have you had any stories where you have panicked or have been emotionally attached to something and it's ended wrong for you?
Ended wrong. Um,
Or right now you're quite balanced, you kind of understand it.
oh, no, there definitely would be times. I'd probably be lying if I say I wouldn't, if there wasn't times.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, there was about a year ago. I was invested in a coin. Yeah, I can remember it actually. Invested in a coin, and there was a time it said like it's not great to invest in it, and I thought, well, I've got this far. It's what, like, the sunk cost thing. I've got this far, and like, why should I change? And well, now I know, I'm kind of like, well, that was silly. Like, yes, I might have lost some money, but it's probably better off being in X coin rather than Y coin, because of the different performance of them both. So,
Better
well,
to
yeah, I
lose
guess
10,000, they say.
say that again.
It's better to lose 10 than 10,000.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very
So
good point.
it's so was Adam trying to tell you like, okay, this might not be the best option, like this the coin, and then you still was like, he's like kind of emotionally invested in it.
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, because he mentioned in, I can't remember if it was one of his lives or the chat. No, I think it was one of his live streams, like a couple days or a week recently, and he said about a couple coins. He might have said like Bitcoin and Ethereum. I can't remember which ones it was at the time, but there was a couple that were performing really well, and a couple. I was in Polkadot, was the one I was in, and He was
I know
saying like that one was a
that.
silly one silly one to be in, and that
Yeah.
was yeah, it was a moment.
So there was recently like a crypto pump, maybe a few weeks back, 3 or 4 weeks back. Was you able to get any benefits from that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I dollar cost average DCA'd in at a great time. I think it was about a month or two. Yeah, about 2 months ago, I'll say.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but yeah, no, I did make the most of it, which was good. So I
And
was happy.
were those signals put into the real world before the pump happened? Like were you guys told that
Yes,
this basically?
yeah, and Adam and well the team in the real world and a lot of the students, a lot of the investing masters, as they're called in the campus, did a great job of detecting it as well, detecting the
Yeah.
pump and detecting that X, Y, and Z coins were going to go up, and yeah, it worked really well.
Nice. And in that period, what was you don't have to give like an exact number, but ballpark, like what did you roughly make around that point there?
So I made about in between 4 and 5 thousand through that. So for me, that was
Nice.
quite a bit in my situation. So yeah, I was reasonably happy.
No, 4 or 5 thousand is a lot of money. Like it's especially when it's not out of thin air, but it seems like it's because you just put money in something else and you watch it grow. It's like
Mm.
if you don't understand, like when you understand how crypto works, it's obviously a lot deeper than that. There's tells that's gonna like let you know what a coin is and what it does and whatever. But a lot of people like you can take the money that's in your bank and you would never make 4 or 5 grand off of that ever. Do you understand? So even to be able to look at crypto and be like, okay, this is money that I have, and I can make it from 1,000 to 6,000. That's a huge jump. It really is. And how old are you? 21? Bro, I
Yeah, just
anyone
yeah, just turned
extra
21.
grand.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's nice. And was that again over one coin or just like a few positions and moves that you made?
It was over a few positions. So Adam, yeah, in his signals, he swapped over a couple. It's called the RSPS system, and it went from yeah in between a few different coins, and made the most of it, which was awesome.
So his systems, his signal, sorry, does he how does it work? How does he tell you where and when to position yourselves?
So basically, so he's got a channel where he's got his signals, and to be accessible to that, I think it's still the same. You need to be a power user, so to be active 14 plus days or onwards for the last 14 plus days.
Yeah.
And so he's got like the signals there, and but he always recommends like you need to get through the lessons and the system making. He always recommends that first, but if you haven't made your systems, which would be the situation where I'm in, to follow the signals, or to yeah, if you're not comfortable to follow the signals and while you're creating your systems.
Okay, so he rewards consistency, and then obviously he encourages you to. So almost the way that the course is being done is encouraging you to learn, so you can make money, and obviously you get rewarded in that way. So if you're in for 14 days consistently, you get to see his signals. But in doing that, he's telling you to do these lessons, and these lessons, which you can access that quicker. But that within itself is encouragement to for people to learn how to make their own systems, also while being able to read his.
Yeah, I would say yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And how do you find the community inside the in the real world?
So the real world, yeah, I think it's awesome, really. Yeah, I think there's everyone's always positive. It doesn't matter what time of day you're on. It's well, 20 in a running 24-hour clock. I could go into one of the chats right now and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this lesson, and I could guarantee someone will be there to reply and say, hey, look, check this out, or this is how this could help you, or so, someone could even say, mate, you've been an idiot. This is what you do. But it's like getting you to like to lock in or be like, you know, like someone's always there to help, no matter how they're telling you how to do it. Someone's always there to help, and it's great.
Yeah, and that's what I like as well. Like when you have like a community like that, and you have a professor who's giving you signals, it takes the gambling out of crypto. Because I honestly think if you don't understand that world, you are literally gambling because you have no idea like what the tells are, the signals, what that coin's been doing or hasn't done in the past. Like it's very hard to read the trends. You're just guessing at that point. So
Oh,
even
totally.
even just having like a community and Adam who's able to there to explain it to you, and then one when someone's continuing to explaining something or you're going through something yourself, you start to learn, and it takes the gambling out of the crypto, which is what I love about the crypto course.
Oh, totally. It's revolutionary. It's amazing. Like I've got well, I'm sure you'd be the same. You'd know a couple of guys. I know a couple of guys who would say, "Oh yeah, I've been in crypto. You know, don't do it. It's like it's a risk, such a gamble." Which 95% probably is, but it's like
Yeah,
when you're doing it right, like Adam does, for example, it's amazing.
yeah,
So
it becomes
very
work and
very
not a
fortunate.
gamble now. It's work, not a casino. That's what
Yeah,
happens. It goes from a casino to work when you actually figure out what's happening.
exactly. Yeah.
All right, so take this time just to say for those people who are thinking if they should join the real world and are procrastinating, not sure what they should do, what would be your last message to them?
It would be, I would say, well, there's almost what if you're wanting to make money, which I'm sure everyone in the world is. There's no better place in the world to make money. I think there's 12 different ways to make money in the university, and each and every one I've been in about 4 or 5 of them, and they're all amazing. I chose crypto, which has been amazing for me. It's earned me a lot of money in my experience, and it has for a lot of other people and all the wins channels. And I know all the other courses are the same, and I think it would be an amazing decision for anyone to make.
Amazing. And you feel like it's value for money?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. It's
I think it's even more value for money. I don't know anywhere else in the world you could find a place that's going to $100 and you could make sky's the limit as long as you apply yourself. Like,
oh
and
yeah,
it's
there's
real
no
time
ceiling.
information. That's the beauty of it.
100%. Yeah, there's no ceiling, and the leverage on the money that you invest into the real world is just ridiculous. It's absurd, and you're going to be the amount of work you put in is going to multiply your money.
Tenfold. I appreciate you coming on today. We do, and I hope that you're continuously successful in the crypto world. And we look forward to seeing you at the top, my guy.
No, thank you very much, Marcel. Much appreciated. So thanks for taking the time to
No.
interview me.